everyone, it's Kendra Wolfgram with the Solomon Group at Coldwell Banker Action. Welcome back to this week's episode of The Real. Thank you for joining and tuning in. Today I am going to go over the process of how to choose an agent to work with, why it's advantageous to continue working with one agent, and what a buyer agency agreement is. Before I get into some of the qualities you want to look for when choosing a real estate agent, I just want to preface something. If you know someone in real estate and have questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to them. As an agent, I like when our buyers are educated and come to us with questions so they know more about the process of buying a home and are well equipped in this market. If you don't know what you are doing, it can sometimes be difficult to navigate through this market. Also, most people don't know how the home buying process works, so you definitely are not alone if that is the case for you. I was in the same position before I got into real estate. It definitely is a learning process, but the best thing you can do is go to someone who does know about real estate and can educate you or do some research on your own. Buying a home is probably going to be the biggest purchase you make in your life, so it is a good idea to connect with the right people ahead of time who can point you in the right direction. First, I'm going to go over some key qualities to look for when choosing an agent. There are many different ways you can first connect with an agent, whether it be an open house, calling off of a sign in the front yard, see a house online and request a showing, or you can research agents and reach out that way. But no matter what way you meet agents, your job then as the buyer is to choose an agent that suits you and your home buying needs. First, you are going to want someone who you can trust because you're dealing with documents and negotiating. And again, this is going to be one of the biggest purchases, if not the biggest purchase you make in your life. You also want someone just reliable and that will put you first and do what's right and just best for you. As being responsive and having good communication with you as the buyer is what also differentiates great agents from the rest. It is important to schedule showings as soon as possible in this market, keeping you updated on offers, where your offer stands, and a lot more. Having someone who is able to get you into showings as soon as possible, help you navigate the market, give you insight, and willing to help meet your needs and willing to work hard for you are all great qualities. So now that I have talked about great qualities of an agent, I want to get into what a buyer agency agreement is and what it means for you as the buyer. So a buyer agency agreement is a document that agents might show you as the buyer in the beginning stages of working with you to help solidify a buyer to agent relationship. This is a way to show your commitment to an agent and for that agent to show their commitment to you as the buyer. So as agents, it does give us a little bit more peace of mind if buyers sign this because we know that they are committed to working with us, and in a sense gives us more motivation to work hard for them. Not that we don't want to work hard for all of our buyers, but there are buyers that do go from agent to agent because they might not know how things work in real estate or don't want to commit to one agent. But by signing this, it emphasizes that relationship of the buyer being considered a client versus a customer if they don't sign it. This document allows agents to help with any negotiating or giving our opinion on offers, pricing of houses, and other real estate questions that you might have. As agents, we can still help buyers write up offers if they don't sign a buyer agency. However, we are a little more limited in the services that we provide, which can make things difficult in this market for buyers. I like to bring this document up usually as soon as possible because most people don't know how real estate works. With all the agents, who do they call when they see a property if they want to see it? But by bringing this document up, I am able to dive into the topic of agency and representing them as a buyer and being their go-to person. To conclude our podcast today, I want to go over why it can be beneficial as a buyer to sign a buyer agency and choose one agent to work with. First, you develop that relationship, build that trust, which makes the process a lot smoother. That agent is essentially your go-to person, someone who is there to answer your questions, get in contact with people such as lenders, other agents, title companies, and assist you with any of your real estate needs. It also might look better to sellers when drafting up offers because there is a section at the top of the offer to purchase that basically signifies if you have signed a buyer agency agreement with the agent or not. This shows that you are serious with working with an agent and may have worked with them for some time, building that relationship, and kind of gives the seller a little more peace of mind. Also, if you choose to stick with one agent, the agent will get a good sense as to what you're looking for, and you won't have to repeat your wants and needs to multiple agents. This concludes our episode on the process of choosing a real estate agent to work with, as well as explaining what the buyer agency agreement is and what that means to buyers. Thank you guys for tuning into this week's episode of The Real. Please reach out to the team if you have any questions, and we hope you can tune in for next week's episode.